Now, let's talk about this team of Jimmy Butler and the Undraftables. All right. I think, isn't that the name they're giving them? Jimmy Butler and the Undraftables or some shit? There's
That's
like
not, yeah, that's a great play on words right there.
yeah, isn't that a great nickname? I think that's the nickname going around. Jimmy Butler and the Undraftables, because I think like half the team is undrafted. And I've been saying this. The reason why the Heat have been winning is they got nothing to lose. They play with grit. They go out there. They're like Detroit Lions by kneecaps. All right. And this is a team. Neither team shot well from three, but still the Heat shot more threes, even though it seemed like they shot at a similar percentage. Okay. The Heat got to the free throw line. The Heat won the rebounding battle. They scored points in the paint. Okay, they turned the ball over, but it wasn't just Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo continues to play well. Everyone acted like, oh, he was terrible in the first series, but really, Bam Adebayo has been Jimmy Butler's most trusted, sidekick. Okay, there's been so many times where Kyle Lowry, Gabe Vincent, Jimmy Butler drives to the basket. They clog the paint. Guess who's there for a drop-off pass for, a 5 to 10 foot little jump shot or, a layup? Bam Adebayo. You got Max Strus spacing the floor. Kevin Love spacing the floor, taking charge, grabbing rebounds, moving the ball. Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin off the bench, okay, providing stuff. Even Cody Zeller, Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith when, giving little breathers. This is a team that is playing well. And it's not even just the players. It's Eric Spoelstra. People forget how good of a coach Eric Spoelstra is. And literally, Jalen Johnson, he said it. The Heat are just outplaying the Knicks in this game. Every time the Knicks are trying to make a run, the Heat respond. And I think that just goes back to good coaching, teaching them fundamentals, teaching them the basics, teaching them not to collapse or to feel flustered when a team goes on a run, knowing that they can always get back into the game, that they can always take control of this game. What are your thoughts on the Miami Heat? What do you think's been impressive?
Also, I think having a guy like Jimmy Butler is huge for a team like this, especially with non-drafted players. Just kind of lead them by example, setting the tone early and late. Jimmy's always going to go at it. So you also, just like with Spo, you want to give it his all. Spoelstra has these guys prepared. He makes great adjustments.
Literally throws out the game plan if needed.
Yeah, that's how you measure a good coach is, how can you, with your existing talent, maximize your existing talent, maximize your existing players. And that's exactly what he does with all those like lower in the rotation guys that you just mentioned. And, Bam came through 23 and 13. Martin came through huge, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 boards, or switch, but whatever. Kyle Lowry, 15, 5 and 4. Jimmy didn't have to drop 42 last night, so they're a game away. They're going to get it easily. And, the Knicks was our first playoff win series of the decade. They're second in like 30 years, maybe. That seems a bit.
I think this series also shows that, no offense to Julius Randle, like Jalen Brunson's a dog, but they need another guy who, I don't know if you want to say that. Should Jalen Brunson would you say Jalen Brunson's the best player on the Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think they need someone better than Jalen Brunson or another guy who's just as good as Jalen Brunson next to Brunson and Randle? Because Randle needs to be the third option, and I think Brunson either needs to be the second or co-1.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think Brunson's a great closer.
Imagine if they had, this would be terrible defensively, but Damian Lillard, Brunson, and Randle.
Yeah, I agree. I think Randle's. I mean, he's also banged up.
He is banged up. I just think it would help. I just think RJ Barrett's been really good. Okay,
yeah.
This playoffs, and I love RJ Barrett. But the thought is that if you were, the key defense focuses on Randle and Brunson, and are forcing the other guys to make the plays. And I just don't think the Knicks have another guy outside of Randle or Brunson that is as good as a shot creator as those two guys. They have guys who can create their own shots, but not as consistent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just not enough.
Also, has RJ Barrett surpassed Julius Randle in this playoffs in terms of value? Because all season, people I felt like were kind of shitting on RJ Barrett for like kind of regressing, and then he had an okay for like start to the playoffs, but now he's really picked it up and showing he's this like two-way point forward wing. Do you think this offseason, if the Knicks do lose to the Heat here, they think about maybe moving Randle and building around Barrett and Brunson instead?
Yeah, I do. I want to get a fact check on Julius Randle's contract here.
Because no offense to Julius, it's not bad, but I love Julius Randle, but his game is a bit inconsistent, and he has to play it a certain way to fit in the modern NBA, while Barrett is a more seamless fit to the modern style and fits better next to Brunson, which also allows you to play a Grimes, Barrett, Brunson. If you trade Randle, you can go out, get another wing, and go super wing heavy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Randle had a great game 2, or his first game of the series. Shit the bed last game. Then had a good one yesterday. Terrible series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's 28. I mean, can still knock down threes. He shot 34.3 this year. Still 25, 10, and 4 player. I would rather go than trade away Julius Randle on that contract. I would rather get Jordan Poole.
But my thought is like Jalen Johnson agrees. Yeah, they need a legit number one, and I think like if a Damian Lillard becomes available, that's somebody you got to go after, and like you would obviously trade RJ Barrett for Damian Lillard. I think it's just Brunson and Randle, or Brunson and Barrett, whoever it is that you think should be the 2 and 3. If they were to get a true number one player like a Damian Lillard, because I think that's the only player we can speculate that they can go out and get. Having a guy like that would make Brunson, Randle / Barrett, whoever they would keep in a trade like that. You assume they keep Randle because Barrett would be the person that the Blazers would want because he's younger. They would become way more efficient because the defense would be drawing all their attention towards Damian Lillard, right?
Yeah.
That's my thought. But let's go back to the Heat right here to wrap up that conversation. And Heat up 3-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
They put it away next game?
Probably.
I think so.
I also Ben Stiller's live tweeting these Knicks games.
Yeah, dude. When I told you that, I thought that was so awesome. I didn't know Ben Stillers was a Knicks fan like that. Also, Ben Stiller has gone old, like full white hair. Still baby blue eyes, though. Still baby blue. But let's go over and let's predict tonight's games. All right, tonight's game, we got ourselves